Yo, yes, people. Welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by one of my fellow co-hosts of the show. My like Zeno is in the building. What are you telling me, Zeno? You good?
Yo, it's Zeno. I'm so good, man. I'm good. I'm pissed
You
it's
good?
the international break, but
It,
I just can't wait for a game against Newcastle. But yeah, I'm good, bro. What about you?
yeah, man. I'm blessed, man. International break. You took the words out of my mouth. International break is a piss take. Man can't
So
stand it.
dry.
I can't stand it. And it's too quick. Like, it's 3 games and then boom,
Yeah,
international break. It feels like 6, 7, 8 games. You're like, all right, cool. We've had a couple months
yeah,
of the Premier League. And the Premier
yeah.
League's just got back. Just got back.
Mm.
And then boom, they take it away from us again. And I swear there's another
How
one
many
in
times has it happened?
October.
Like twice.
Yep.
So it'll be
Yeah.
three games again,
Yeah. It
and
will
then
happen again.
okay.
Yeah, it will 100%. It will happen again, unfortunately. But we move people, but we're still
Unfortunately.
here. Doesn't matter if it's international breaks, doesn't matter if it's an international tournament. Myself and Zeno will be here bringing you ManDem United. We did it all during the Euros and Copa
Hundred
America. We'll
percent.
do it through this
Yeah.
international break. We'll do it for the next one. We'll do it through everything. We're here, ManDem United, man. Even if there's no football, we are here bringing you the ManDem United podcast. But before we get into everything, love to everybody who's supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity. Like, I start every live show saying this because it literally doesn't go unnoticed, innit? It doesn't go unnoticed. So big up to each and every one of you lot who is supporting Sarcasm City TV. Large up everyone who locked into the Q&A yesterday because it went on for 3 hours. It was a mazza. Obviously,
Oh
I was on.
shit.
Jan was on, Ryan was on, Eleanor wasn't there, but shouts to Eleanor every time. Tux ended up jumping on, and Soups from Never a Foul podcast ended up jumping on, and we had a big conversation about the United City Chelsea squads, who has the better squad, where we should challenge, and then me and Tox was going back and forth about whether United should challenge or not, and all that type of
Yeah.
thing in it. But we're gonna get into all of that. But love to everybody as well.
Hundred
Eddie,
percent.
who's also on the watch alongs, who's a member. You want to become a member of the channel, links underneath in the description as well, people. But before we get into the show, hit that like button. Before you comment, before anything, you should hit that like button. And the second thing you should do is share across all your socials. Then third, if you haven't, you should subscribe to the channel. And then fourth, you hit that notification bell as well. And if you haven't seen the ManDem United podcast before, it is a podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep your comments and questions Manchester United related, obviously, unless some major news breaks. But yeah, big up to everyone
Yeah.
who is supporting the channel. I will get to the comments. But yeah, go to my Twitter at That's Me Flawless. You know what I'm saying? And my Instagram, which is the same. And you can retweet and like from my Twitter and share from my Instagram. And you can find Zeno's socials. And his TikTok is underneath in the description as well. Big TikTok superstar Zeno out here. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you go
Getting
follow him
there,
on
man.
TikTok.
Getting there.
You,
Yeah.
you
Big
hey,
up to
man,
all of you.
yeah, man, you ain't trying, you doing. But like Abdallah said before the show, people, make sure you pepper the like button, subscribe if you're new. 70 likes, I beg. Yeah, let's get the numbers up. Large up Abdallah, big up NB, who says big up man, big up Flawless, aka the man can take wishes he could be, the most hardworking YouTuber out here. 70% of Earth is covered by water, the rest by Flawless, my guy. Large up Zeno large up NB every time,
That's
man.
a good one.
Yeah, he's
That's a good
hilarious
one.
at that. Big up Nakib, who says, Wagwan lads. He also says, Chelsea going to win it. Chelsea are my pick. I've said this. Chelsea are my pick. But we'll get into all of that. Dan says, big up. Large up Dan, man, who jumped on the United Wolves watch along. He's a Wolves fan, so we got it from a Wolves perspective after the game. YG Jess says, big up Flawless and Zeno. Big up to you.
Big up, man. Big up.
You know what I'm saying? MB says, yo, people, watch out for Zeno, the next Brazilian talent to become a household name. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
You know what is
Big
NB?
facts.
Actually, it should be the best free kick taker on
There you
YouTube
go.
and football TikTok. Best free kick taker.
100%.
That one should
No one
stick.
did. 100%. It's definitely it's you and Daniel Ogan. Like, you two are the best two in
Yeah.
terms of set pieces and stuff like that. Is Omazo. You know what I'm saying? Time to Shine also says big up. Large up Time to Shine. Mahlai Ngolo
Big up.
Flawless
Big
says
up.
Abdallah, large up to you. Di Maria cussing Man United again. We're gonna get into all of that. We're gonna get into all of the Di Maria stuff. Don't worry about that, people. We will get into that. But the title of this show is 7 points from 9. Great start. Or I actually forgot what I named it. There we go. Wait 1 sec. Let me remind myself. Great start or not good enough. So it's 7 points from 9. Great start or not good enough. And this is what I wanted to discuss. So 7 points from 9 doesn't sound like a bad return, but then you have to add context with who we've played, where other teams that we're challenging, who they've played, etc., etc. But we'll go to you, Zeno. What are you telling me? 7 points from 9. Great start or not good enough?
I think you hit the head there when you said the context, because context does matter. So there's two ways to look at it. 7 from 9. When you look at the opponents we play, and one of our main positive was our squad depth. So if you look at our squad depth and the teams we played, going into that, we should be saying, nah, this is 9 from 9. But then when you look at the performances, the performance against Wolves, we should have lost that one. You get me? So getting three
I agree.
points from that, that's actually a steal. So
Mhm.
it depends how you're gonna look at it. From my perspective, I think that's 2 points drops. We should be 9 from 9.
Mhm.
But then also again against Southampton, it's not like when we drew that game, it's not like we were peppering them. It's not like we had 80% possession and their keeper had a worldie. We were dead. So that's down to the manager because the manager could have changed it. It's not because they had a good day. We were
Mhm.
just poor. We were
Yeah.
off pace. So there's two ways to look at it. And for me, looking at this, we're Man United. We have such a big squad. If we're looking to challenge for the Champions League, if we're looking to challenge for the Premier League, you cannot be drawing against teams like Southampton and struggling to beat Wolves. We should have lost to Wolves. We
Yeah.
should have lost to Wolves. De Gea saved us.
Yeah. You did
So
world
yeah,
class
it's
save. World class save.
exactly. So
I
so
think.
for me, I
Oh,
think it's
you
two
go.
points dropped. Yeah, no, you go. Yeah,
No,
you had
fam.
on
You
start.
finish in
No,
it.
yeah.
I want more from
All
because
right.
what you're saying, you've looked
Okay.
at it from a different perspective. Yeah. Go on. Keep going.
Yeah, exactly. So from the perspective of the performances, we can look at it as we stole them too. We got a draw against Southampton. We should have lost because Armstrong had that chance again. De Gea saved us. The second game, Wolves, De Gea saved us again.
Yeah.
They should have peppered us as well. Wan-Bissaka made a goal line save, so like, but I'm still gonna look at it from the perspective of we dropped 2 points because we're Man United, because we should have high standards, and I said we're gonna win the Premier League. So if that's the standards I'm setting, this was below average. This was so poor. So for me, guys, that's 2 points dropped. But you guys also let us know if that was good or bad. 7 from 9. For me, it's bad.
I think you split it into because you said context matters, and then you've gone into more
Yeah,
context. And I've seen people saying in the chat because points total and performance they are two separate things. So you can look at this
yeah,
from two different perspectives in that sense. 7 from 9 is a
mm,
good return, but then when you look at the performances 8 are 7 from 9 performances because we've
mm,
put in one very good performance, and then the other two haven't been good. But so
yeah.
from just a points perspective, 7 from 9 is I wouldn't say it's a
It's,
great return. I'd say
it's
who we
decent.
played because we played Leeds, who are mid-table side, and then two teams battling
Mm,
who are Wolves are either a relegation side or mid-table at best. And all right,
yeah,
let's call them mid-table. So Leeds are mid-table, Wolves are mid-table. Southampton to me are going to be battling relegation. So
yeah,
therefore, we've had a favorable opening free fixtures. Therefore, you should, if your plan is to change, I mean, if your plan is to challenge for the title or win a league title, you have to take advantage of that. You have to. It's not
mm,
like Arsenal, who, yes, they're bottom and they're on 0 points. You get me? No goals scored, -9 goal difference. But they have played Manchester City and yo,
yeah,
I'm being serious. They have played Manchester City and Chelsea. So they played
yeah,
most people's top two. Like if you talk to most people, I don't think there's anyone who doesn't have either one or both of them challenging for the title. So Arsenal have played
yeah.
two title
Facts.
challenges. Even City, they've done what they're really supposed to do. All right, they lost to Spurs. They don't do well against Spurs
Mm,
anyway, but Spurs will be probably top 6, top 7. But then they've
yeah,
beat Norwich and they've beat Arsenal. So they've beat two sides battling relegation. So had we done what we're
mm,
supposed to do, we should be 9 from 9. The performance is a whole different kettle of fish because we know what we're like with Manchester United. Like Daniel here said, luckiest team in the league, Man United. It's not luck, it's talent. It's a talent thing. I called it at halftime. Go back and watch the watch along we did on this channel. Me, Zeno, Eddie was on, Dan was on. And people, Zeno had lost it. He was mad at the performance. Eddie's running jokes. Dan's running jokes. All the United fans in the comments are pissed. The rival fans are running jokes, etc., etc. And I said at halftime, we're going to win this game. Because when you have the amount of talent, especially attacking talent, it's not defensive talent. We have attacking talent, and a lot of it,
mm,
eventually, somebody's going to do something. And that's what happened. Greenwood
yeah,
produced a piece of individual magic. Yeah, the keeper should have done better, but Greenwood doing Greenwood things. Boom, we win the game 1-0. So it's not a luck thing in terms of that. It's me and Zeno could manage that, I think, in terms of,
hundred
you lot
percent.
just go out there and play. because I say the same thing all the time. One of them is going to do something. When you have Pogba, Bruno, Martial, Cavani, Greenwood, Rashford, even though he didn't play, Sancho, Donny, Wamao, that's like 9. One of them 9 is probably going to do something in an hour and a half of
Yeah.
football. Just law of averages. And again, that's why this manager, who I don't believe is good enough, is still there. And that's how I look at it. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah,
So in terms of
because what
performances,
it,
ain't much. But
what it's like is it can be managed. Because what I said is it's not like we had a good game and the draw was like what you call it. Southampton were just lucky. We were lucky. We were the team that were lucky. And I think we could have changed that game if you are the manager, flawless. Like maybe you don't sub Fred, or maybe at halftime you see Fred's not working, so you make the sub, which means that we had the ability to change it because of our squad depth, and we didn't. So it's 2 points dropped.
yeah, it is 2. I agree with the 2 points dropped. So I 100%.
Mm,
So in terms of points total, it is 2 points dropped. That's why I don't think it's a great start, but it's a good start. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
not terrible. If we were 6 from 9 or we was 4 from 9, then I'd be like, yeah,
Mm,
that's a terrible start because we should be beating those sides. But performance aside, I'm talking points only, people. The points total is a good start. We're in third. I think Spurs are the only team with a 100%
yeah.
record. I think Chelsea are with us, and there's somebody else who are on
And
7.
City and
City are on
Chelsea
6.
7.
Nah, City on 6 because they got beat by
6.
Spurs. Yeah, they got beat by Spurs.
Oh
Remember on the opening
yeah,
day.
yeah, true. Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
kind of like we're roundabout to me
Mm,
where I think we'll finish. And obviously, you can't look at the table too tough because we're only 3 games in. But that's how I'm
mm,
looking at. In terms of performances, we know what we're gonna get. We know what we're gonna. Then the Southampton and Wolves performances were terrible. In terms of, let's take results aside, the performances were not good. Well, that's what we
yeah,
get. It's no different from last season. It's no
yeah.
different from last season. But I would say good start. You know what I'm saying? 7 from 9. And then if you look at, let me check out the rest of our fixtures. Because obviously we have that tough run in October to November. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like
So
the scary thing is this was like the easiest start and the easiest run because it only gets harder from here, and that's what
yeah,
pisses me off. Because
I
we're
hear that.
gonna play big clubs what you call it, straight after one another. So
We
like
got
this, we
everyone.
drop points against the worst team from the run.
Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying. Because we got Newcastle at home, which again you would say
Yeah.
is a favorable fixture that you should really win. But
Mm.
then after that, obviously excluding Champions League and EFL Cups, West Ham away, which is going to be tough. Then you got Villa at
Yeah.
home, which isn't easy. And then you've got Everton at home again, which isn't easy. Leicester, and then the fixture after that, the fixtures come thick and fast in terms of tough. Leicester away, you know what I'm saying? Liverpool at home,
Mm.
Spurs away, Manchester City at home, Watford away, Chelsea away, and then Arsenal at home. And then you've got Atalanta in between all those and Villarreal in the Champions League. So he's gonna
Yeah.
have to rotate the squad 100%. Like that's gonna be it's extremely tough. And that 2
And
points
you
could
see
come
what's
back to bite us.
crazy? Yeah,
Go
you
on.
see what's crazy? Like, because you, in that run, I remember we did our predicted points, and I think you said 10 or something. Me and
Yeah.
Statman said 17.
Yeah, you man said
Now that
17. I
now,
think I said 8
now
or
that
something
we're
like
three
that.
games in, yeah, it's looking peak. We might
Yeah,
have
you
to
want to
do that
change that?
again before the run
Yeah,
starts.
we'll do it before the run starts. Yeah. You lot were getting hella gassed on that. Yeah, I mean, you were
Oh
getting
man.
hella gassed. We should have lost against Wolves, says Nakib. Yeah, but we didn't know. So
Mm,
that's how I look at it. We know our performances ain't up. Our performances don't match our points total. But I don't think it ever does. Last season, we didn't warrant second in terms of performances, but we finished second. Oi, Avellino said Ronaldo's better than Van Gogh, Van Gogh, and and Alexander the Great. Yo, that's typical Avellino. Large up Avellino and that. Big up. Let me see. Harris says Oli won't play Ronaldo. He will be unveiling. No way he won't play versus Newcastle. He should play versus Newcastle. Johan says, big up you lot. Bowler says, mod me, bro. I got to see you here on a regular basis. And you know what I'm saying? And then I'll mod you because we have enough mods on here. That's the crazy part. Flawless at the wheel soon come. Nah. They need to give the job to someone who's good. You know what I'm saying? Where we are. Eddie says, we made 2 bottom table teams look like title challenges. My confidence built from Leeds is gone. That's why I didn't have none because I said from Leeds, it's a false
yeah.
sense of security because with this team, you never know what you are going to get. The only thing consistent about us is we are inconsistent. And that's not on the manager. I'm talking about the team. We can go from 5-1 versus Leeds to 1-1 versus Southampton in the space of a week. Space of a week. If someone said that's the same team, you'd be like, what? It didn't even look the same. But here we are, we move. Realist
That
TV
comment
says,
you made,
from
sorry, that comment you made just sums up United. The only thing consistent is our inconsistency. Mad.
yeah, that's it. We are consistently inconsistent. You never know. If someone turned around and you said to me right now, and said we're gonna beat Newcastle 4-5-0, I wouldn't dispute it. Well, on the same hand, if you turn around and said we're gonna draw 1-1 to Newcastle, I can see that happening. You never know. Like you can't bet on us because you don't know what
You can't.
United are gonna turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Chelsea, City, and Liverpool, you can kind of bet on them and be like, all right, they'll get a routine home win. Like when City are playing, when they've played Norwich, when they
Yeah.
played Norwich and Arsenal at home, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna win those two games. When Chelsea have played, when they've gone away to Arsenal and they played Crystal Palace, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna win them two games. Liverpool, when they've played Burnley and Norwich, I'm like, yes, you're gonna win those two games. The confidence can come from that. Liverpool fans, Chelsea
Mm.
fans, City fans are going into those specific games with confidence. Yeah, routine home win. We're gonna win this. Obviously, it can go wrong, but Manchester United, you never know. Large of Eddie in the court, he says, big up Flawless in the chat. Hope you're all well. Hope you're blessed too. I'm blessed. He says, dropping a like. All he needs to improve or go. Wow, and you're saying that, Eddie. All right. Eddie, what's your expectations this season? Let me ask you. I want to know. What's your expectations this season? All banter aside, that we even beaten Arsenal this season. Wouldn't be surprised if we drew both games. It depends how Ollie approaches
He hasn't beaten
getting into the
Arteta.
top six. No, he hasn't. He
Mm.
hasn't. It depends how he approaches. Does he approach like he did last year and just playing up to lose and just get draws? How does Arteta approach? Is Arteta even in the job by the time we play Arsenal? He might not be there. He might not be legit. You laughing, yeah? He might not be there.
They're
Listen,
gonna have Big Sam setting up
it
the
could
low
be Big
block.
Sam, man. It could be Big Sam's low block. Like 30th of November, yeah. I don't think he makes it to November. You think Arteta makes it to the end of November?
It's gonna take a miracle, man.
Yeah, I
It's gonna
don't
take a
think he makes
miracle.
it to November. So I don't think we can look at it because if it's Big Sam or you get me or Tony Pulis or Neil Warnock, it could be tough. You know what I'm saying? They battling for their lives in November, yeah, coming up to the Christmas period. That's a tough period for relegation sides and sides battling relegation. So you never know. You never know. That's all I'm saying. It's all mad. Man. It's all mad. Where else we at? Let me get to some more of the chat. You lot get the likes up as well. Realist TV says he has to win the Premier League or Champions League, and if he doesn't, sack him instantly. You saying it as it is.
Mm.
And he says you should work with Realist TV as a United fan like you, fam. All right, when I open up the lines, therefore bring him on 100%. And open up, I'm going to bring in, because it's international break, I'll probably bring the call-in show back because you lot have been asking for it. So I probably will bring it back. Big Sam got the one on the one on Ollie too, 100%. If we go there and Big Sam's there, I'd be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying we could struggle. It's tough against all jokes aside. It's tough against teams battling relegation during that period. You know what I'm saying? In that because we played them April. I'm trying to get to that game. We play them at the Emirates in April, so it's kind of like that could be the last time United and Arsenal play in the Premier League for a long period of time. Never.
We'll have to
You
draw
never
them in
know.
cup games for us to
we'll
see
have to
them,
draw
for us to
facts,
collaborate with Arsenal fans.
Fans in it. You have to collaborate and that. It's mad. Flawless, nice one. I was on the train when Ollie improved morale, but the tactics lacking. I think Ollie battles for third, fourth with Liverpool. I agree with you, Eddie, on the last part. I think that's what he does. That's not what he should be doing, but that's what I think will happen. 100%. That's what I think he'll do. Brian said it time ago, Arteta is the first man to go. All you man saying Patrick Vieira are wrong. Did they go in for Patrick Vieira if he goes? If Vieira's doing a good job at Palace?
I don't think he should though. Like he's so inexperienced.
Yeah, this is Arsenal though.
True.
They make bad decisions. They do. But yeah, we'll soon find out. You lot continue to get your Manchester United questions related in. But yeah, and back to Manchester United and the 7 points from 9. I agree with Zeno. It should be 9 from 9. When you look at our list, when you look at our fixture list for the first 3, and you look at the teams we're supposed to be competing against, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, I think we've had tougher fixtures on all those 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Liverpool and Chelsea played each other. City played Spurs. Therefore, out of the 4, who I think most people are going to finish top 4, we've had the most favorable fixtures. But yet, we're 7 from 9. Spurs, who did Spurs play? Spurs played City, they played Wolves, and they played Watford. So you would say, City's a tough game for them. So we've had more favorable draws than Spurs. a more favorable run of fixtures than Spurs in terms of the opening 3 games, and yet they're 9
Yeah.
from 9. And I'm not saying they'll finish above us. I'm just using that as an example because I've already said I don't think we challenge. I think Tuck said it best in the Q&A. People have took me talking about Ronaldo like I'm taking shots at him, but it's more like I'm taking shots at Ollie because I think even with Ronaldo, should United be challenging with the squad? Absolutely, we should be. Do I think we will? Absolutely not. Simply because of the manager. The squad is there though. If you put us in, I've said this, if you give us a top manager, I'm predicting us to finish second. With Ollie, it's fourth. And that's
So
the
with
difference.
Ronaldo, do you think we could go far in the Champions League or even win it, or is that a stretch? Because you see with Champions League, we did mention that the draw, it depends on the luck of the draw. But I think now with the mentality of Varane, of Ronaldo, you have Pogba who's an international, Bruno who us more from our players. Do you think we could win the Champions League?
Again,
Because if
I've
we're
just
looking
talked.
player for player, we do say it's our squad isn't the problem, it's Ole, but I don't know though. The thing is, he has the easiest job. He just has to put the right people on the field, and they're gonna ball out. But he can't do that right.
But here's the thing is, as wild as it sounds, with a favorable draw, yes. If we get through the group, which we should, but you never know with Manchester United, and you get to the round of 16 and we get a favorable draw and we get through that, and then the quarterfinals is drawn and Chelsea, City, Liverpool, PSG, Bayern Munich. I know this is like this is very unlikely, people. I'm just using this as an example. Are all on the other side of the draw, we have a chance. Even if, say, Bayern Munich are on our side, but we don't play them till the semifinals. Like Chelsea, I keep using Chelsea as the example. They had a favorable draw in the Champions League last season, and they took full advantage and won it. And that's what we would have to do. Put it this way: if we're on the side of the draw with City, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, PSG, we're not getting through. Like, no, we're not winning it. However, if they're on the other side and we manage to, I don't know, get past the City on accident or get past the Bayern Munich or Liverpool or something like that, yes. So are we with Ronaldo? Could we be in the running for the Champions League? Yes. I think we have a better chance of winning the Champions League than we do. Actually, let me not say
The
that.
Premier League. No, I think it is because the Champions League is easier to win because Premier League is more obviously more
less games, I
consistency.
suppose.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
like we said, we're so inconsistent.
Yeah, that's what I just have to look at it in it because Ronaldo, even though he's clutch, he's not as clutch as he was because he's 36 years old. So I wouldn't expect Ronaldo to deliver like that because he just used to go into beast mode. Yeah, he was Michael Jordan-esque, what he used to do for Real Madrid at times, where it's like Madrid were down. And Ronaldo's just going to bag Madrid need 2 goals. Ronaldo's just going to go into Terminator mode and score the 2-3 goals that they need for them. So it's like, that's how I look at it. Because there's a reason they won, 4 Champions Leagues in 5 years and 3 in a row. Like, he's a major part of that. So that's how I look at it. But he's not what he was. But could he still make an impact? Like, getting out of the group stage, if Ronaldo has a massive impact in the group, it wouldn't surprise me. If we get out of the group strongly, we get out of the group mainly off of his back in terms of him putting in 2-3 performances against Atalanta in it. Like, we're 1-0 down and we need to draw the game and Ronaldo scores the brace. That wouldn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That wouldn't surprise me in that, not so whatsoever. And Ryan says the guy who scored a brace in the last 5 minutes, flawless last night. Exactly, you know what I mean? That guy. And if we're playing against, and no disrespect to Ireland because they're not a great side, but if we're playing the Champions League equivalent of a side that's not that good, then he can definitely make an impact. He's more than Ronaldo will score goals. I keep saying this, regardless. Ronaldo will.
We just need to
goals.
set up for him.
Yes. How many is
and that's why I said Dallo should start. I don't know. I know you rate Dallo as well, but if we need Ronaldo to be successful, we have to have so many creative outlets and so many players who are going to put the ball in the box for Ronaldo because he scored two headers, didn't he? So we need to accommodate him now because we do have him. We shouldn't have bought him because we didn't need him, but now we have to accommodate him.
Yeah,
and if we do that, we're chilling. Yeah,
utilize what you have to, and that's my biggest criticism of this manager is utilize what you have. I'm not hearing that you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this. Me and Zeno are on the other sides of the world on a Wi-Fi, laptop, and mics and making the show work every Tuesday and Thursday. Is this the ideal setup? No, but we're utilizing what we have to the fullest to try and create the best possible content. We could both easily
Mm.
sit and complain and be like, I can't be bothered. It's on StreamYard. We ain't in the same room. Da. But no, we make the shit work. So how come Ollie can't do that with millions of pounds worth of players and talent? That's the squad. The squad's worth, what is it, 450 million? I know he hasn't spent all that money, people, but what I'm saying
Nah,
is,
I saw
squad
a
is there.
stat that Ole spent 441 million.
Is it something like that?
I'm
So that's him
pretty
alone.
sure. I'm
So
pretty
he's
sure.
so he spent 441 million and then added on what was already there. Pogba was
Yeah.
already there. De Gea's already there. You know what I'm saying? And that. Who else is already? Shaw's already there. Martial's already there. Rashford's already there. Greenwood's already there. It's like, how much more do you need on top of the players I just named? Like, these are not now your 11, and you've added Champions League Varane on top of that, Cristiano Ronaldo and Jadon Sancho. And yet I'm
Mm.
still hearing issues and problems. And I'm like, that's in the words of Shannon Sharp, that shouldn't be a problem. What's the problem? We should be challenging, but I don't believe we will. Lajut Mohammed, who says, big up Flawless and Zeno. He says, Flawless, have been watching you on Rance's
Big
show for
up, man.
ages. Nice to see you doing well on your own show. Big up. Glad you made the jump over. Love to my Don Rance as well. I'll be on Red Talk with Rance and Aaron at 7 p.m. on Rance's Twitch. So make sure you lock in. And me says, Flawless, you're a pagan, still running this relegation propaganda and shit. Kiss my teeth. We are terrible, but not that terrible, I hope. I agree with the latter part. I don't think you get relegated. However, it's not propaganda if you bottom of the table in a relegation battle. You are currently in a relegation battle. That could change. And in 3 games, you could be on 9 points and be sat, I don't know, 14th, and comfortably mid-table. But up until this point, relegation battle. It is what it is. Johan says he says we shouldn't really lose a game in the group stages. I ain't gonna say all that. I'm not gonna say all that because I don't know too much about Atalanta. We know all about Villarreal as well. But I'm hearing Atalanta are a decent side.
It
Is what I'm
depends as
hearing.
well because our tough fixtures is then, so if let's say we win
No.
3 games or 4 games, then we're gonna rest our players for the Champions League game. That's fine then. We just need to make sure we do the best we can to come out. First is obviously ideal. And if we do that and let's say we lose the last 2 games, that's fine then because we're resting our players because we have such a big October, November month. And the scary thing for me is we don't know how Ole is going to set up now against the big 6, or we do know from past experience, but we want to believe that it's something different. We want to believe that we're going to win because how you win the title is you take points off your rivals. That's how you beat
Yes.
them. You don't just win our own games. We have to take points off them.
Yeah.
So
100%. No, I hear that.
we just have to wait for that first big game, and I'm scared because I just don't trust the manager. We have the players. The only thing stopping me from ordering a shirt that says Champions 21 on the back is Ole. That's the only thing stopping me from
Man's got,
ordering that shirt right now.
man's got no faith in Oli, you know. Man's got zero faith in Oli. Man's got zero faith. 100%. We are Mohammed says once the media stop taking Oli's side, then maybe he'll lose his job and we can get Zidane. Ronaldo won't take this crap management from Oli. People continue to mention this about Ronaldo not taking, and I've heard rivals say this as well. It could happen. I hope it's right because if there's one person Oli Yennas will listen to, it is Cristiano Ronaldo. If he turns
Yeah.
around and goes, this isn't good enough, this manager's not good enough, this setup's not good enough, we need to do more to win, they might listen. Because some people won't get the message unless it comes from the correct messenger. I can say it, Zeno can say it, whoever can say it, and people will get at us. You know what I'm saying? And say, "Oh, use a negative, blah blah blah." But if Cristiano Ronaldo turns around and says it, then what? And again, people, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want us to challenge.
But the thing is, with Ronaldo, it could go both ways. It could go,
Go on.
maybe Ronaldo calls out Ole, but I don't think he's that disrespectful. But Ronaldo could come in clutch and maybe win us a Champions League, and then guess what? Ole is the greatest manager ever.
Yeah,
That's the
I hope
thing.
so.
If Ronaldo
I hope
comes
you're
in
right.
clutch, and let's say we start McFred in the final and they're doing poor, but Ronaldo bags a hat trick in the last 2 minutes, guess what? Ole is the best manager ever.
Hey, and I'll
So
come on
it
here and
could go.
celebrate and say I was wrong. I will be here celebrating. I'll be JD'd up. You know what I'm saying? Like if we win the Champions League, are you crazy? You know how
Yeah,
shameless I
it's
am
mad.
and much of an
Yeah.
asshole as I am, and we're bad. Imagine we win the Champions League. Oh my god. You know what I'm saying? I'll be flawless.
The thing
Mr.
is, right
Champions.
now we're 4 years empty. Like we're 4 years on a drought,
Yes.
and we're still look at us right now.
We still here
Imagine if we
shameless.
win something.
Oh yeah,
It's peak.
you lot won't want to lose. Like you lot won't want to tune in and that. Man will change the background to Champions of Europe. All that. I'd be flawless, Mister Champions of Europe. Take note. All of that type of stuff. I'd be saying all sorts. 24-hour party live stream and that. You know what I'm saying? 100%. It'd be a mazzo. Eddie says, question for Flawless and Zeno. Did the Glazers keep their policy of finishing top four even if Ollie achieves that? But more fans turn when there are no trophies yet again this season. That's a very good question. I think they keep their policy regardless. I think the only way they remove Ollie if he continues to finish top four is if fans like what happened with Arsene Wenger, because that's what happened with Wenger in terms of he was finishing top four, but the stadium's empty. That looks terrible on TV. That's terrible for your sponsors. The only thing these men care about is money. If their pockets get hit, they'll do something. And say it's United Liverpool, I use that as an example, and the ground's half empty. That's a terrible look for United Liverpool, or even if it's United Newcastle. So it will take the fans to turn majorly and stop going to the ground, or even half of them, and then they'd be like, all right, we need to change this. Like legit, because that's what happened at Arsenal. Like there was times where the ground was half empty in like Wenger's like last year. So that's why I would say, what's your thoughts on the Zeno?
Literally the same. The only thing they care about is the bread. But if you hurt their pockets, that's when they'll wake up and open their eyes. So that's the thing why when fans, fans can say Glazers out, but the same fans are buying from the United store. It doesn't make sense. You're funding them, but you're complaining about them. Don't get the shirt from the United store. Don't get the scarves. Don't go on their apps. Don't follow the social medias. Don't interact with them. This is what's keeping the Ole in, because if, like Flawless said, what happened to Wenger, when players are leaving the stadium and their pockets are hurting, let's say less people buy tickets to the games, like stopping the Liverpool game, I think it did help. But imagine you stop a game when fans are allowed in the stadium. That's big.
Yeah.
That's so big. And then I think so. I think we can finish top four, but as long as they're getting the money, they don't care. They really couldn't care less.
And then that's the only way I think, because everyone's talking about, the fans are talking about challenging. Top four is not good enough.
Yeah.
For the Glazers and owners, it's different. It's top four. If he stays top four, they will, because they'll get Champions League money. When you don't get Champions League money and that Europa League hits, then they'll be like, yeah, he's got a goal type of thing. That's how it is. Larger Brian, who says big up Zeno.
Big up
says,
Brian.
Wan-Bissaka with the crosses to Ronaldo. Eddie says Wan-Bissaka about Ronaldo a concussion, bro. Realist TV says this keeps coming up as well. This is another conversation I'm seeing more. I've never seen people pushing for Delo to start more than ever, because I've been a Delo fan for a minute and I've said give him a chance.
Yeah, we've been crying for Delo for so long.
Yeah. If we're attacking, I say this all the time. If we're defending and Wan-Bissaka's in, cool. If we're away at, I don't know, the library down the bridge, Anfield or the Etihad, cool. If Wan-Bissaka's playing, because we're gonna have less of the ball. We're playing away to Southampton. I'm saying put on the low. What are you defending? Like put on, and Wan-Bissaka's getting enough of the ball. What are you? There's nothing to defend against. Play the low, and one thing we know is he has a good delivery. And let's find out how good he is, because I could be wrong and he's not good enough. But then you move him on and get someone new in. Like, that's my point. And I feel the same way about Donny. Play him. I don't know how good Donny is. I don't know if he can make it in a Manchester United shirt, because we haven't seen him. We need to see him play, and then we can make a fair assessment and a fair judgment of the player. That's what it is.
100%.
Mohammed, I think I did get to it, but let me know.
Before we move on from the Dallo, I just want to see what you guys think of my starting 11. So let me know in the comments, and you as well, Flawless. So I would do a 4-4-2 diamond, yeah? Now you see the back four, I'd have Dallo and Shaw as the fullbacks, then Maguire, Varane. Then the 1DM and the diamond, you play Matic, the right centre mid Donny, left centre mid Pogba. Number 10, Bruno, and your left striker Ronaldo, right striker Greenwood right now because he's in form, yeah? And how this works is Bruno can still make that false 9 run through the middle between the two strikers. It also gives Pogba more freedom because there's 2 DMs in Donny. And when we're attacking, you can push Dallo forward, and guess what? You still have Donny and Matic together in the midfield. So you have your 3 backs in Shaw, Maguire, Varane, and then you have Donny, Matic. Or even if you push Shaw forward, I think for me that's the best we get, because you have Dallo crossing to Ronaldo. Dallo is very good at crosses. And then
Right.
also you have Shaw from the left
That's the
side. You
left
have
side.
Pogba linking up further forward. You see, you guys saw how we played against Leeds. Pogba and Bruno. When Pogba is playing further forward, Bruno looks better. Why? Because there's less pressure on Bruno. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of that formation. And then
Run
again,
through, run,
Ronaldo.
run, run through the lineup again.
So 4-4-2 diamond, back four
Okay.
of so De Gea, then Dallo, Shaw, Maguire, Varane.
Mm-hmm.
Then 6 Matic, right centre mid Donny, left centre mid Pogba, number 10 Bruno, left striker Ronaldo, right striker Greenwood. And I think
Correct.
everyone's getting this false image of Ronaldo being a number 9 who holds up the play and links up the play. He doesn't do that. At Juventus, his heat map, he picks up the ball more from the left side and he carries the ball by himself. So I think if you play with the 2 strikers and play him on the left, that'll be the best possible solution. Same with Greenwood, is not yet an out and out 9. If you play him right striker, he can still go wide like he done when he scored the goal. Go out wide, receive the ball, come inside and score.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just my
I like
opinion
that team.
on what
The
we
thing
should
is,
do.
I'd love to see Ollie try that. Do some different things. How come you can say that, but he can't see that? Just try some, whether it's a 4-4-2 diamond,
Mm,
whether it's the 4-2-3-1, whether it's 4-3-3, whether it's 3-5-2, etc. You have players to utilize and do different things with, but we just stick to the same 4-2-3-1. Samuel says, flawless, you should also be blaming the Glazers for 16 years of rubbish. They made us put up with Cristiano Ronaldo. They made us put up with Cristiano Ronaldo has the body of a 20-year-old and a good winning mentality. Of course, I blame the Glazers. I'm Glazers out. I was at the protest. I was there. Not on the pitch, by the way, but when that Liverpool game got locked off, I was there. I was at 2 out of the 3 protests, and the one protest I wasn't at, I used my platform to talk about Glazers out. I'm constantly Glazers out, 110%. That will never end. The first protest that happened, my brethren set that up. Love to Saeed. I'm fully there support. I'm Glazers out 110% in the way. Ronaldo does have the body of a 20-year-old. That is true. And he does have a great winning mentality. He has an elite winning mentality. But do I believe that's enough to push this manager over the line? No. I think Ollie tax is too hefty. Like Zeno said on the watch along, he said he doubled all his taxes in real life to get rid of Ollie tax. That tells you how
oh
hefty
man.
I think Ollie tax is. But we move.
And I don't think you guys realize how deep it is paying taxes in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Mohammed says Gary Neville expects him to have 11 world-class players. And then, yeah, exactly. That don't happen. Like Tok said it yesterday on the Q&A. If Ollie had City's team, the talk in the media and between all us would be like, oh, they don't have a striker. No one's talking about City not having a striker because they just won the league without a striker. If he had
Yeah.
Klopp's team, the talk would be, oh, he doesn't have any creative midfielders. I'm talking about the Liverpool sides that won the Premier League and the Champions League. If he had Chelsea's team last year, people will be talking about, oh, they don't have a striker, they can't win the Champions League. So how come all them 3 managers are just named have all been successful with those deficiencies? Every squad and every 11 pretty much has a deficiency somewhere. You can
100%.
always improve. There's very rarely a perfect 11. Very rare. Extremely rare. That you look at
The thing
Premier
is,
League
the
runs, you
best
don't know you can
managers
improve
hide
that.
their deficiencies.
Yes.
That's it. Everyone has
Yes.
deficiencies.
Yes.
We just get
100%.
exposed more.
Dallas says, man said 14th. Yeah, man, that's where Arsenal are trying to get to. They would break your arm right now to be 14th in the league table on 3 points.
Arsenal fans would take it if you asked them if they would end the season 14th.
They take that 14th. You know what I'm saying? And that 4 places above the relegation zone, 100%. Big up Flawless and Zeno, keep smashing the contents. Larger, my guy, one
Big
Rovers
up,
love.
man.
You know what I'm saying? He's hitting milestones on his channel. Go subscribe. He over there doing content for Bristol Rovers, which is exceptional and that. So big up my man. You know what I'm saying? Big up Charlie every single time. MB says, Flawless and Zeno, do United need a Dallo to start right back? And do you think you'd have a better understanding with Sancho than AWB? We did touch on this, but I'll answer it again. I'll let you go first, Zeno.
Yeah, I think Dallo on the ball is obviously better than Wan-Bissaka, and if we're gonna start Ronaldo, we don't need to go in depth. Who's better at crossing the ball, Wan-Bissaka or Dallo? And that's how you get the best out of Ronaldo. Look, Ronaldo's probably one of the best headers of the ball in football, in history.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feed him, guess what? He's gonna bag.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, and again, it's all horses, different strokes for different folks. If you're playing attacking and you're needing a goal, you play the low. If you're being defensive, then you play Wan-Bissaka. To me, that's just common sense. One's better defensively, one's better offensively. So when you're chasing the game, you play the one who's better offensively. When you're defending, you play the one that's better defensively. I don't understand. Dalot doesn't make that goal line clearance against Wolves that Wan-Bissaka did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
But then Wan-Bissaka's not going to get into positions and offer as much attacking threat as Dalot is. And what Dalot is, being good on the ball, he'll create more space for other attackers. The opposition leave Wan-Bissaka alone on that right hand side. They leave him alone, give him the whole. I think he was against Crystal Palace, and he had the whole right wing to himself, literally the whole side of the pitch. Chelsea did. I mean, Arsenal did that against Chelsea, and look what Reece James did. That's my point. Well, yeah, man, we'll soon find out. Large up Abdallah, we had to go. Big up to you. Yeah, man, go see your girl for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Love to hear that. That's what he said in the chat. He said he's got to go see his girl in it. Go do your thing, man.
Big
Z
up,
Gold
man.
said,
Do your thing.
yeah, man. We went in the league, in the Champions League. I dreamt about it last night. When I wake up this morning, I said, oh, I forgot we got Oli. That's what it is.
Same.
Zeno got me when he's talking about winning the Champions League. I was almost there. Zeno got me in it. He sold me the dream in terms of can be, because it does sound, what he said sounds plausible with Ronaldo and the rest of the team. It does, and a favorable draw. But we'll
if
see.
Flawless had to see a stadium without a dugout, then he'd believe. But when he sees the dugout,
Yes.
that's when all the hope goes out the window.
100%. That's what it is. You can't top Shameless himself. Carefree Lewis G, champions of Europe. We know where we are. Oh yeah, he's the god of this Shameless thing. I say this. He's the GOAT. 100%. Like, I'm probably top 5, but like he's number 1 in it. You know what I'm saying? In that. Well, he's top 2 and he's not 2. You know what I'm saying? In that. Like, he's different.
If we beat Chelsea, we have to get him on.
Oh yeah, 100%. We gonna get him on. He'll be on probably on the previews and the recaps that we do with Ballers at the Bridge anyway. I can't wait to do the verses between October and November. You know how many verses we got coming up?
It's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be so sick.
Me, you, Harris, and Michelle Talks as well. Like, that's gonna be elite. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm looking here now. So boom. When it comes to the verses, right? So we start Liverpool at home. So that'd be Ryan and Saint, you know what I'm saying? And the Liverpool Dons. Tottenham away. The Tottenham show should be up and running by then. City at home. So then we'll be going at Yan City, and that was great. Then we got Chelsea away. Ballers at the Bridge. And then 3 days later, we got the Arsenal boys against Gunner Talk. That's going to be elite.
No ways.
That's going to be elite. 100%. It's going to be elite.
What day is the Arsenal game, by the way?
It is.
Is it December
30th
1?
of November. Nah,
30th of November.
30th of November, which
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I'm literally going to check now. Hold up. 30th of November, which is. Right, they've got it on a Tuesday. 30th of November is a Tuesday.
It's mad.
That's very interesting. They might move that because it's got currently, obviously, this is subject to change. 30th of November at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, because 3 days before on the 27th, we got Chelsea at 3 o'clock kick, but I reckon that will change simply because they'll televise it. So I can see them moving it, either whether it's earlier or later. Well, we'll soon find out closer to the time. Fando here says, how is a team that finished second and then added those players still have a question mark on whether the team can win anything? Ollie Tax is insane. You said it, my guy. You said it. You know what I'm saying? When you put it like that, that tells you all you need to know about this. That there's still a question mark over this team. Whether they can win anything, but here we are. It's all mad.
And the league finishes contextual as well. Like, other teams just fell off.
Well, 100%.
Context.
Yeah. Big up Captain Morgs, who says, big up my guy Flawless. Fano saying about Zeno's system, that system would need some proper coaching, so would fail immediately, in my opinion. All our systems fail, though.
Yeah.
We don't have a successful system. 4-2-3-1 don't work.
Everything needs to be coached. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We don't have a coach.
We don't. Kind of Devil says, big up Flawless and Zeno. Large up Morgs
Big
as
up
well.
Kind of Devil.
How about 3-4-3? And he's got De Gea, and he's got Varane, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Delo as wing backs, Bruno, Donny, Pogba, Ronaldo, and Greenwood. That could work. If I seen that, I wouldn't be mad. I like the back three. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? There is no Sancho in there, which Hasiba just pointed out, but I still like the team regardless. That's still a good team. Maybe you change, I don't know, maybe you take out Greenwood for Sancho. But the thing is, there's options there. There's options. Yeah. But I wouldn't.
That's the thing. That's the thing we can't deny is we got squad depth, we have options. So if Ole's doing the same thing and we keep failing, like, is what it is, man. Yeah. We all know he's a dead manager anyways.
You know what I'm saying? You never know in that. Eddie says, I fully expect Bruno Ronaldo to have a run in. Bruno can't be playing striker with Ronaldo in town. That's going to be interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah. I wanted to ask you, do you think Bruno drops off because of Ronaldo? like
His numbers do, yes.
statistically or even or performance wise.
His numbers do, yes, 100%.
Hmm.
His numbers do, 100%. Like without question, his numbers drop off. Like 1,000%, his numbers drop off. Like because
I think
he's not
also,
on penalties no more.
ooh, do you think Bruno gets kicked off penalties?
Of course, who takes penalties for Portugal?
Yeah, true. Bruno won the penalty and Ronaldo took, but he missed.
Hmm.
So but yeah. The thing is with Bruno, yeah, I feel like it's an ego thing between these two. Like Bruno has been the man for the past 1.5 seasons. You know, apparently, like Bruno saved us, getting the goals and assists. Now that Ronaldo comes in, I don't know if that affects him mentally because Ronaldo's gonna steal the show.
Yeah.
When we play Newcastle, no one's gonna sing Bruno's song. They're all gonna be singing Ronaldo's song. But I mean, hopefully it doesn't. Obviously, hopefully it doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. And hey, everyone who's locked in right now, whether you're watching this live or watching this back, we got over 50 of you lot watching. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the likes up on this video, people. Let's get the likes up, large of everyone that's locked. Because we got over 50. We should be on 50 likes and we're only on 44. So get the likes up and subscribe to the
Like the
channel if you're
video,
new.
man.
Yeah, man. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Road to 4K on Sarcasm City TV. Underneath in the description also is Zeno's TikTok and the membership as well. And all the audio platforms also in it. Hashtag the show must go on in it. So yeah, man, get the likes up on the video. Road to 4K and hit the notification bell when you do. Ryan says, surely Bruno and Ronaldo are going to have an argument when you get a penalty. I don't think so. I think it's Ronaldo. And we
Nah.
know this.
Yeah.
It's Ronaldo. And I think Bruno knows this. He knows when the big dog's in, like, you know, when the big guy's in town. Like, that's the star
Yeah.
man. That's the main guy. Like, look at the reaction from the United players when Ronaldo signed. All players, younger, older, were like, Ronaldo's here. Like, he's an idol to these men. He's an idol to the majority of us as well. Like, this is still Cristiano Ronaldo. So I can see him taking penalties and free kicks. I hope that we just cross the ball into the box. I'd like to see. Here's another one because we not mentioned this. We spoke about Dalot with Wan-Bissaka. Should Tellez now coming for sure?
Do you know what? Shaw's performances have been underwhelming, but isn't Tellez injured?
Is he injured currently? I
Because
didn't know.
we played a game behind doors against Stoke. We lost 4-3. I don't know if you heard. Cavani started, Greenwood started, Mengi started. Greenwood and Mengi scored the goals. Phil Jones started. I know Dallo started. I don't know, guys. Tellez started as the left back because there's one other player that was there that I didn't know. I think he was a kid or something. So I think Tellez is still injured, unfortunately.
Yeah, man
Yeah,
saying, yeah,
Tellez is injured.
Here with Ezreal's
Yeah,
here
Tellez
telling
is
us, yeah,
injured.
Tellez is injured. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Kind of Devil says
yeah.
Ronaldo will be Alexis Sanchez part 2. I am concerned about that. I don't think it'll be as bad as Sanchez, but what I'm concerned about is him ruining his legacy. And I don't want to see him go out like that.
Yeah, it's a sticky one, man. It's a sticky one, but
Yeah.
I see us winning something. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
people know the Ronaldo we're getting. No one's expecting the guy to do what he used to do. He's a different footballer now. He's way older, so I don't think it can ruin his legacy.
Well, and Tellez is so much better than Shaw. Had one half a good season and suddenly he's world class, says Ryan Singh. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I don't think he's
Yeah.
world class. And with Tellez being so
Same.
much better, he's in that bracket. Every time I've seen Tellez, because we've seen him more than we've seen Donny, I like what I see. But we're just not seeing enough. He's not got enough game time, but that was due to Shaw's form last season because Shaw played well last season. But with this season, he's not been good. So if Tellez does come back, boom, then he should get his shot. Because I think Tellez crossing the ball in is a better he's a better crosser of the ball than Dalot.
I think he's our
Tellez
best set piece taker. Yeah.
Yes, he's definitely our best crosser of the ball. I think so.
100%.
So I'd love
so
to see Tellez.
if Tellez was fit now, would I start him for Newcastle? Yes, because Shaw has been poor. So I would start Tellez 100%.
And Eddie's saying Donny started too. He thinks in that behind the closed door. That's good that he started behind the closed doors. Ahmed says it might have to be a back three thing with Tellez, Dalot as the wing backs. Makes sense to me. I hear that.
Yeah,
that'd be
and
cold.
then you could play Shaw left centre back. That's cold. Yeah, 100%.
With Maguire and Varane, like I'm with them. But then the thing is, he's got so many options. Like, look, you've mentioned the 4-4-2 diamond. Ahmed here has mentioned the back three. I've spoke about 4-3-3. Pick one. That's what I would say. Pick one. I want to get to one of these comments as well. There's a comment here.
C1 kept asking the question there.
Yeah, go on.
So he's saying is Pogba our best player with Ronaldo coming in? I still think Pogba is our best player because and I've always said this, our key to winning is Paul Pogba, regardless of Ronaldo, regardless of Sancho, regardless of Varane. Paul Pogba is the key. If you free Pogba, you play him further forward, this guy is going to create. He created 5 of our 6 chances in the first 2 games. And what did Ole do? He dropped him for the next game. Doesn't make
Yeah,
sense. You see, and he started Dan James as well. It's not like Rashford was back. If Rashford was back, I can understand.
yeah,
You get what I'm trying to say? But he started Dan James. And you see with Pogba, he has good ball retention and he's press resistant. There's a goal, I think AC Milan, when we played them at home, or I think it was Roma. Pogba got the ball in the final third, and 2 people tried marking Pogba, but he
mm,
got past them. He played it to Cavani. Cavani played it through, and Bruno scored. Same with that goal against Tottenham that Greenwood scored. Pogba went past 2 players. He held off Dyer, I think it was, and he assisted Greenwood. You
mm.
can't like if that's Rashford. Like Rashford is good at dribbling, but he'd lose the ball more time, or he'd make the wrong decision. And I think Pogba is still our main player in my opinion. If he gets the freedom, his creativity level is crazy.
Yeah. No, I hear that 100%. So yes, he's still everything that Zeno just said. I agree with. I couldn't have said it better. He's still our best player. Yes, 100%.
Mm,
And Goku here says, "Mike and Donny is your answer into a double pivot." I'm for that. If I seen that, I would
mm.
not be mad. Big up the mods on job as well. I have put slow mode on, so it's easier to block them. You know what I'm saying? I put slow mode on. But yeah, Pogba is definitely. I would still say he's still our best player because Ronaldo is not Ronaldo of old, but he's still quality.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Goku also says, "Tell us Lalo are your best fullbacks." It depends what you're talking about. Still, it depends on what you
Mm.
need. Sorry, like I said, if you're talking from Dalot and Wan-Bissaka standpoint, defensively and offensively, we know what it is. We know exactly what it is. But all right, let's get into the Di Maria thing, which really seems random. Like I have no idea.
Where was that from? Like a
I
post-match interview or something?
I don't
Like,
know what's going on. So I'm trying to. So here it is. He said, "I didn't give a fuck about the number 7. Di Maria unconcerned by Man United number and reveals his problem at OT." So he says he didn't give a fuck about Manchester United number 7 after being handed the jersey at Old Trafford in 2014 and claims Van Gaal was the main reason for his failure in English football. Somebody please put the quotes in the comments, but I will read them out. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck about the United number 7. At first, they talked to me a lot about it. It was just the shirt. My problem at Manchester United was the coach. Van Gaal was the worst in my career. I would score, assist, and the next day he would show me my misplaced passes. He displaced me from one day to the other. He didn't like players being more than him. Let's see what else. Yeah, where's this come from though? I don't get what's happened. That sparked this. Someone please let me know what sparked this because I'm confused. What sparked this? I don't get it.
I don't understand that. I think if you're a player and your manager, regardless of you having a good game, if your manager is showing you where you went wrong, I don't think that's something to be upset about. You need to take that because if that's genuinely something you made a mistake on, that's something you need to improve to have an overall better performance. I think I saw with Ole, Pogba played so good against Spurs, but at the full time, I remember Ole speaking to Pogba and saying, "Oh, you should have scored, or you should have done this." And I think that's what a good manager does, and Pogba acknowledged it and he agreed with it. So I don't understand why Di Maria is salty. 100% he's
Yeah,
salty.
I don't get it. I don't get why he's so sorry about it. I don't get it. This is
Yeah,
weird. Nah,
the
fuck
fact
him.
that he
I don't
said the
get
number
why.
seven, yeah, the fact that he said the number
No need.
seven means nothing as well. Like,
Yeah, don't do
yeah.
that. I don't understand this. I don't get what happened and why. Yeah, it just somebody please let me know where this has come from. Like what sparked this? It seems really just out of the blue type of thing and that. What's he salty
Mm.
about though? You've been to PSG and you got your move and you've been successful. What's the issue? That sounds like constructive criticism from LVG. LVG is a meticulous coach, so everything will always be detail orientated. The thing is with that is because
Literally.
you gotta know who you're managing. So we don't know because Van Gaal will probably have his say if he was criticizing him, but also praising him for his goals and assists. So that's how I'm looking at it. This shit just seems really strange. I don't understand. Yeah, large up Ashley Young for dropping him, man. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah, when
saying?
Ashley Young dropped him, I
Dropped him.
celebrated that like a goal.
Love that. Yeah, so did I. It was so smart the way he did it as well. I love that.
Yeah.
So smart the way he did it. It's probably to do more with the rumors of Ronaldo getting the number 7. But what's that got to do with him? I don't understand that. What's that got to do with
Mm.
him? Like, you left in what? 2015? Did he leave? Was it 2015?
So yeah, surely. Wait, what? Yeah,
Yeah, I don't get it.
2015.
Yeah, like, I don't get it and that. True
Jeez.
say, Ahmed, this is what I said because he said people misunderstanding the Dutch. Them man are very direct, don't package things. Di Maria is probably not used to that. And that's when you got to know when to manage. You got to know you can't treat Di Maria.
Mm,
You might, certain
true.
players respond better to criticism, certain players praise. Fergie spoke on that on a regular basis. You'd never shout at Nani. Well, you shout at Rooney to get a reaction out of Nani. Or Rooney could take it. It was an interview in Argentina, international break. Yeah, it seems weird. Like, get over it, man. Like, I understand you didn't settle, your wife got robbed, all that, it didn't work
Yeah.
out. But this is years ago now. Now you sounding like a bitter ex.
Move
It's
on,
like
man.
no one's talking about you. It's not even like you got meant just because of the number 7 shirt, like it means nothing. All right. That's not what we're gonna do. No need to say all that. Fucking minute.
It's because he's a
No need to say
sideman
that.
now for that PSG team.
It's not what it is, because I actually think
Mbappe,
he's a good player,
Neymar,
but yeah.
Mbappe,
Yeah, it's
Neymar,
a right.
Messi. He's
Whole
not even
bench
there.
in it. You know what I'm saying? And that because he's at the number 7, he thinks he can chat about it. So's Michael Owen and Antonio Valencia. I want to hear from them on it either, to be honest. It's like, why would you disrespect the shirt like that? No need. It didn't work out. We move on. No one was talking about you. Unless there's something I don't know, because this just seems very random and very strange. I don't understand. Very random and very strange. I don't get it.
Yeah, man, he's dead anyways.
Words, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
waste,
I
man.
don't get it. It seems very, very, very weird. But you lot continue to get your questions in. We're gonna close out in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. Yeah, man. Like, I'm trying to see if there's more to it. Yeah, what is it? Here we go. Manchester United fans all say the same thing about Ashley Young after Di Maria. Yeah, I'm just trying to like, read more on it. And that. Yeah, no need to say I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? There's no
Yeah.
need for that. That's the part that makes me go, huh? All right, there's no need to be like that. Lajab Daniel says, big up Flawless and Zeno, all good. Yeah, man, we blessed.
Big up, man.
Di
Yeah.
Maria is tapped. He's at PSG with Eminem, but you're still talking about United. That's the thing. You're at PSG in a great side. Yes, you'll be on the bench, but it makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Yeah, he's just
Di
a
Maria.
bitter ex, isn't he?
Yeah, man, bitter X. LVG was a real one. Di Maria needs to learn how to lock them doors. Have you seen Donny's messages to Ollie through his agent? No. What got said? What is this? This is news to me. Have you heard
Ooh,
about
yo, and put them in the chat. I didn't know about that.
it? Neither did I. Neither did I. I have not seen that. So please put them in the chat. I'll have a look. Ryan says, I know there's been a lot of games in which Ollie should have got sacked in the last couple of years, but what is the biggest moment in which you thought, how the fuck is he still here? When I turned Ollie out, when we played Rochdale, the PSG game, the Villarreal final, they're probably the 3.
Coming out the
PSG game,
Champions League
Villarreal.
as well.
Yeah, that's why I said the PSG game. Oh yeah, and the
Oh yeah,
Leipzig game. That all
PSG
ties
and
into
Leipzig.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is.
So depressing, man.
There's probably more times.
You see with this squad as well. If we don't win anything, Ole needs to go to jail. There's no two ways about it. This team cannot go without a trophy and a major trophy. Look at the players we have. Look at our squad depth. We probably have the best squad depth in the Premier League. I think maybe Chelsea are a better team and City you can argue, but bro, Ronaldo, Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, Cavani, Pogba, Bruno. Come on. Ole needs to go, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. Only Ronaldo can save us now.
It's mad. It's mad. And Eddie's saying, play or let me go, basically. So that's what Donny's agent said. Yeah, man, it's like, play him. I don't get it. Just play, man.
Yeah,
Yo,
like
Canada
Flawless and I said, if we're Donny, we hand in our transfer request. Imagine sitting on the bench and you see an injured McTominay and a Jesse Lingard still recovering from COVID. Come on, before you.
Yeah.
That's criminal, bro.
It's kind of peak, yo.
I think as a player, if you see that, you're like, oh, am I even good enough? Like, am I a dead baller? If you see that, if I see 2 dead ballers coming on before me and they're injured, then not only are they dead, they're injured and they're coming on before me. You're gonna question yourself and be like, yo, maybe I'm not wanted here.
No, I hear that. I hear exactly what you're saying. I'm trying to see this. Donny van der Beek agent. So yeah, United blocked him from leaving as well. I don't know. Has there been any season post Fergie where at the beginning of the season you genuinely believe you could win the league? Mourinho's second season, yes.
When we signed Pogba and Zlatan, I was so gassed with that one.
That was
But
his first season.
maybe, yeah. But then you see
Yeah,
the
second season.
second season we started off 4-0, 4-0,
4-0
2-0,
for
4-0,
Chester United.
bro.
Yeah.
I thought that was the one, I think that one would have been the biggest one.
I
And
thought we
then
were
the
back.
Jose tax kicked in earlier than it should have.
Yep. I thought we were back because his second season Mourinho in it. We know what second season Jose
Mm,
does. Everywhere up until that point, he'd won the league in his second season. So I thought, yeah, we
yeah,
back. And then you said, like you said, we slapping teams at the start. So 100%, I thought that season is the only one I thought we could win the league.
yeah.
Other than that, no. Under Van Gaal, nah. Ollie, absolutely not. So that's what I would say. Would you think would you think United would let Donny leave to a different club in the Premier League in January on loan with the option to buy? Spurs DOF wanted him at Juve at the season. United signed him. Probably not, because we didn't let him go. So we don't want to play him, but then we won't let him go. Manchester United
Yes, I
football could be.
remember. It was Everton. Everton wanted him on loan, and we said
Yeah,
no. Ole said no.
makes no sense.
I don't understand. You don't want to use him. You don't want him to go. Like, gee, make up your mind.
Makes no sense whatsoever. Don't understand it. Don't understand it at all. It's like play him or let him go. Why have you just got him on the bench? And he's a good player as well. You know that you can see the talents there. Is he good enough for Manchester United? We don't know yet. That's the problem. We don't know yet. But we move. Question from Ahmed. He says, what front 4 or 5 do you think brings the best output? For me, the unselfishness of Martial, Sancho, and Pogba would complement the finishing of CR7 and Bruno. I hear that. I get what you're saying. When you have Sancho, Martial, Pogba, they're 3 of the more unselfish players. And that's not a shot at Ronaldo, Bruno,
Mm,
Greenwood, or Sancho. I'd probably put Greenwood in there. It's a mix. But again, it depends on who you're playing. If you're playing against low block, you need more creativity from me. If you're playing against a team who are playing at Leeds, you know what I'm saying, who are going for you, you can have more of the goal scorers because you got more space. So that's how I'd
yeah.
look at it. What are you saying, Zeno?
I think before we started the season, we said our best front three would have been Sancho, Martial, Greenwood because of how they interchange together. They can all play across the front three. I think maybe only Martial can't play right wing. But again, Greenwood can go on the left, Sancho can go on the right. And then, like you say, when you play low blocks, even if them three are not starting, like I see Pogba playing long balls from deep. If you're playing low blocks, how does that make sense? You need to get forward to unlock them.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is not a question for me and Flawless because we know what we're gonna do. It's the manager. If we see a low block, we're gonna start our creative players. We're gonna unlock the low block. We're not gonna bring on McTominay and Lingard because that doesn't help it.
Well, all right.
Because we've said it, like it depends. The game you go again, these guys have millions spent into technology, into analyzing before the games, watching teams and how they set up. But we go in the same way and you expect something different. You play
Yeah.
Fred as a DM, and I wanted to ask you what you thought about Fred, but for me, Fred's not a DM. Like, I get why everyone's calling him dead. He has been bad, 100%, but he's not a DM. Our players are not being put in the environment to succeed. So for me, I would always blame our players before I blame Ole. Pogba out of position, Fred out of position.
Fred is more than like I said, in the right team, is Fred capable of playing as a 6? Yes. Do I believe he's capable of playing as a 6 at the highest level? No.
No,
But
no.
is he capable of playing against Wolves and being in a dominant in a team that puts in a dominant performance away to Wolves? Yes.
Mm.
I should be able
But
to
we
play in a
don't
6
we
at the
don't
same time.
dominate possession. That's the thing,
That's
though.
the
We
point.
don't. It's
That's the
everyone
point.
around Fred as well.
Yeah.
Because you look at how he played for Brazil next to Casemiro. Fabinho benched, by the way. Fred
Yeah.
started. Fred was a baller, except for the final. We know he had a dead final, but so did Kante in the World Cup.
You got a point. Johan says who deserves Premier League Manager of the Month, Nuno. Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
Nuno. Ahmed
yeah.
says if Oli gets sacked and we can't get Zidane, who do you two want as the manager? I go for Ten Hag. Yeah, I'll go Ten Hag too. Because he's the only one
Mm.
available that I can think of.
Yeah,
Same old Conte.
100%.
So I'll probably edge
Yeah,
towards Ten Hag. That's what I'd say on that. Like Harris said, Oli is a football terrorist. Yeah, it's peak.
100%.
It is kind of peak. And someone asked the question as well. Hanif here says, who do you want taking penalties, Bruno or Ronaldo? Whoever's scoring them. Bruno is a very good penalty taker. But if Ronaldo comes in and takes over penalties and he's exceptional too, whoever the best one is, in it.
I'd put
Oh,
Ronaldo on penalties and Bruno free kicks. I think Bruno would be better from free kicks.
well enough. I'd rather see Tellez. Well, here we are. But I get your point.
Yeah,
Get your
true.
point. Lemon says, always wanted to ask Man United fans who's Manchester United's biggest legend and Manchester United's greatest player ever. Big up, guys. We got too many to choose from. That's the problem. It's a preference thing. We got too many legends and we have too many we have too many great players. So me and Zeno could pick 5 different for both of those questions. I wouldn't argue him down on any of those 10 that he mentioned. Because we have
You
so
probably
many
say
great players.
Eric Cantona though, because like everything changed from him. But
That's true. Well, then it depends on it's an
mm,
age thing as well, because there's plenty of people
yeah,
you're not gonna forget
people
a
say
best
Charlton and yeah,
and a Law and a Charlton. Brian Robson people sleep on. We're not gonna do that.
yeah.
Like he was there when the team wasn't the best and he was Captain Marvel, like he was the guy. So it's kind of like Eric
hmm
Cantona, you've got Cole. There's so many Yapstam. There's so Keane, Scholes, Giggs, Beckham.
My
Like,
favorite player though is Roy Keane. Like previously, like Roy
well, I
Keane,
love Roy
because
Keane.
that's what I like. That's what I like playing football. Like just the shithousery, the roughness.
Love Roy Keane.
That's how it needs to be, man. That's what I rate
Yeah.
about him. Who's your favorite? Was it Andy Cole? Use
Andy
Andy
Cole's my
Cole.
favorite ever striker, but in terms of
Oh,
players, I can't even
striker.
pick
Yeah,
one. I gotta pick from 3.
yeah. We
It's
have too many.
Scholes, Keane, Ronaldo. They're the 3.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Scholes, Keane, because Keane for everything. You said best captain ever. Period.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Scholes, just see how other players talk about him. That tells you all you need to know. Because
yeah,
players will pick up other players, but when the Barcelona players in the final drew straws for his shit, when they asked Zidane, who's your toughest opponent, and he's like, Paul Scholes, the most complete midfielder ever, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? What's it like being the best midfielder in the world? I don't know. Ask Paul Scholes. This is Zidane saying those things. Barcelona turning around and saying he's what's it called? At the Academy La Masia, that's all we watched.
yeah.
Henri saying he was when we were playing against Manchester United, Scholes was the talk. Stop Scholes. He's the talk of the town. Like he's the one to stop. So that's To me, I can't pick one. Scholes, Keane, Ronaldo. I'll give you 3. There you go. In terms of just my favorite, they're my favorites. That's what I would say on that. Where else we at? Who was your biggest legend and greatest player? That's what I'm saying. Legend, greatest player. There's too many to name, man. There's too many
Yeah.
to name. Quality. They just give me my greatest moments: childhood, primary school, high school, college. I was talking the most shit. We were free peating. My mom was man's in high school and we free peating. Man's in college and we free peating and winning Champions Leagues. Are you crazy? No one can chat to me. Are you mad? And I'm in Manchester as well. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, you're lucky.
Let me
My
be
high school
honest.
was terrible. My high school was post Fergie.
Yeah, it's kind of peak. Well, you
Yeah, it
know what?
was
Now we're doing this.
dreadful.
This is post Fergie, and we struggling. I've been doing this. Like, I
Mm.
don't know how long this live streaming thing, and we haven't won nothing. I'm just out here starving for a Carabao Cup, starving for a Carabao Cup. I'd rip someone's arm off for a Carabao Cup right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can get just a trophy, just so we can get a trophy, and then we move,
Yeah,
and then
we just
hopefully
need to
build up
see
on
a
that.
trophy. I think the biggest thing for us is to go for that Carabao Cup trophy. If we make it out the Champions League group stage and we win the Carabao Cup, the rest of the season, yeah, it's scary because that's going to be the catalyst for this team. Once this team tastes success, look at the players we have.
Well, right, 100%, fam. That's what I'm saying. 100% right. I think CR7 the best ever player for United, but not the biggest ever legend. Again, it's all everyone's metric is different in what they judge it on. Whatever you judge it on.
Mm,
That's what I would say. That's definitely what I would say. You lot get your last couple of questions in, and we are going to close out the show. Don't forget that I will be on Rance's Red Talk at 7 p.m. with Mr. Aaron United also. And then 11:30 p.m. on the Twitch, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A Members Edition. So we will be joined by a couple members. I think Ryan will be on. Jan will be on. I think Eleanor might be on as well. But just make sure you lock in. But I'll go live on the YouTube about 10 past 11 anyway to remind the YouTube army. And if you haven't seen the Q&A before, it's where you get to ask us any question. So it's any sport past or present. So it's not United related, City, Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal. It's not related to any club or any sport. It's mad. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. So make sure. The reason why I said it's mad because of what Özil said. Starving for a Carabao. I'm sure you were heartbroken after the Europa League loss. I'm starving for a Carabao Cup, but was I heartbroken? No, because nothing shocks me with this team. That's why you'll never catch me ranting and raving on here after a loss. I know what this team is. Everyone's talking about challenging for leagues and winning Champions League. I've said we finished fourth.
Mm.
We legit finished fourth, and probably the furthest we go in the Champions League is the quarterfinals. You know what I'm saying? And that's me saying this with this team. So my expectations are much lower than the average United fan on social media and on who does live streaming. Everyone said, I don't think we will. So that's why I'm not heartbroken. Can't break my heart when I know what to expect. It's like being in a
That's the
relationship
thing.
and you
Yeah.
know the girl ain't shit. How can you be shocked when she does ain't shit things? You know the girl ain't shit that you're with. You know what I'm saying? And you're just staying in it for the kids. I can't be shocked when she does some ain't shit things because that's what she is. She an ain't shit girlfriend. This is Manchester United. We have an ain't shit manager. So when we don't do shit, it's not a shock to me because the manager ain't shit. I'm sorry to use explicit language, but I have to do that to get my point across in an explicit explicit fashion. Go on, Zeno.
Yeah, I think you see what you've got your expectations sorted properly. Like you weren't disappointed after that Europa League final. But I
Nah,
was so pissed off. I was so depressed when we lost because for me I didn't see us losing. I didn't see us losing. That's the thing. That's what let me down. I forgot who was in the dugout. I just thought this is a Europa League final and you're playing against Unai Emery who got sacked from Arsenal and he's playing in a Villarreal team who finished 8th or 7th or something like that. And you look at our team on paper, it wasn't the best at that time. We had a few injuries, but still I didn't expect us to lose. Ah I was expecting a win, man. Yeah, I was just so pissed off after.
this is what it is. Like I predicted us to win, but I wouldn't be shocked by the loss because I say this all the time. I can't be shocked by this team. I'm not shocked by this
Only
team and the manager.
consistency is inconsistency.
Yeah,
That's a
that's it.
big quote.
You get me? The only thing consistent about Manchester United Football Club is inconsistency. That's the only thing we can guarantee. We are consistently inconsistent. So you never know what you're going to get. Elijah Bryan, who says I was in primary school when United were winning leagues and Champions Leagues, even the teachers bullied me. I was the only Liverpool fan in my year. Thoroughly deserved. You know what I'm saying? In that. Thoroughly deserved in that. 100%. Should get Yash on for a Liverpool show. Zeno knows who I'm talking about. I'll talk to him after the show. Obviously, the Liverpool show. Is it back this week? Is it next week? Shit, I don't know. Ryan, I talked to Ryan. I'm not sure if. Wait, no, it's Thursday. Man's losing my mind. Analysis at Anfield is back next week, Wednesday, because it's fortnightly. So yeah. It's fortnightly Wednesdays, about 6, half 6. Yeah, I mean, obviously Ryan, who's in the comments and saying, talking all things Liverpool. Ahmed says, flawless analogy on point is what it is. But yo, anything you want to add, Zeno, before we dip, and let them know where they can find you and plug all your socials, etc.
Yeah, man. To find my socials, just follow Flawless. He's tagged me everywhere. Just make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe because, like we said, when we get to that October-November period, the content here is gonna be crazy. And especially if we're winning, it's different. I'm gonna jump on the 21 and 22 thing. So you man, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share because it's only growing. So stick with us from now. We're going big. We're going to the top. But yeah, man, I can't wait for that October-November period.
Oh,
Make sure you
yeah.
guys are here.
When we do the verses, because if you don't know what Zeno's talking about, obviously on the channel there's ManDem United, which is the Manchester United podcast. Gonna talk from the Arsenal, which is the Arsenal podcast. That's every Monday at 10 p.m. Then you have Gyardem City, which is Jan City and Rose holding out, talking all things Manchester City. Then you have Analysis at Anfield, which is Ryan and Sate talking all things Liverpool. Then you have Ballers at the Bridge, which is tomorrow. That's fortnightly 11:30 p.m. on Friday. So we got that 5. The Spurs show will be getting added as well. We're trying to sort that out. Eleanor will be holding that down. So we're literally just dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. So what we do is when United are playing Arsenal, for instance, we'll do the verses. So you'll get ManDem United versus Gonna Talk from the Arsenal. Same way when Arsenal played Chelsea, you had Gonna Talk from the Arsenal versus Ballers at the Bridge. Liverpool played Chelsea recently. So it was Analysis at Anfield versus Ballers at the Bridge. Hilarious. Go back and watch him. Even City played Arsenal. And then Jan and Cam held it down. Gyardem City versus Gonna Talk from the Arsenal. So that's what Zeno's talking about. I can't wait for them either. And because we got so many, we got friggin' Chelsea and Arsenal in the space of 4 days. Content gonna be crazy. Content is gonna be nuts. Absolutely crazy. It's all mad. You know what I'm saying? Eddie, I get what you're saying. He says, man, I just miss the link up more than the games at this point. LOL. I like the link up still. Link up sometimes more entertaining than the game. I can't lie. Big up Hanif, who says, big up the lads. Big up the show, lads. Always working hard. Johan says, big up, man. Great show as always. And big up the chat. Large up to you as well. But don't forget the ManDem United podcast. We're here, myself and Zeno, every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Don't forget, though, you can also listen to this show and all the other shows on the channel aside from the watch-alongs on audio-only platforms. So if you want to listen while you're at work, if you want to listen while you're looking after your kids, while you're driving, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, whatever, SoundCloud, Spotify, or iTunes, links underneath in the description, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you type in Sarcasm City TV, it will pop up. So SoundCloud, make sure you follow. Spotify, make sure you follow. iTunes, make sure you rate us 5-star, share, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And we're going to end on this. Larger, my guy, Connor G, who said Flawless' work rate is unmatched. Big up, Connor G. And the reason why I'm ending on this is because you see this lovely thumbnail you've got behind me. This man right here, Connor G, does all the thumbnails. So I have a guy that does the logos. Shout out to my guy, Levs. And then Connor G will do all the logos like this. And I need to shout him because I need a couple others. So large up my guy, Connor G. You know what I'm saying? Every single time. And this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.